Happy new comic book day, everyone. Nick from Comic Culture here. Let's see what I picked up this week. This is the comic book haul. Let's check it out. All right, welcome back. So we missed the last few weeks. We're going to jump back into the comic book haul. It's all a big preview to Nick at Night, my weekly non-spoiler comic book review show. Comes out on Saturdays, so you don't want to miss that. So this is kind of the preview video. What did I pick up? Lots of facsimiles. We're kind of in this like age of facsimiles for DC and Marvel. Let's see what I got though. We have the Tomb of Dracula. Got that facsimile edition. These are pretty cool, pretty authentic. Obviously the price, the barcodes and stuff like that is going to differentiate it from the original, of course, as well as the general condition. But if you haven't read these stories yet, just gives you a really cool opportunity to do so and to own as close as a copy as I'm probably ever going to see with this one right here. Another one, ASM, we have the first issue right here with the Fantastic Four. What a cool story this is. I actually started reading some of the old ASM and obviously started with this one here. Just a cool story. Again, a really neat excuse to just buy the facsimile, read it, enjoy the story, throw it up, and put it in a nice display. And that's as close as I'm ever going to get to that one. To continue Marvel, though, we have Captain America Sentinel of Liberty issue number 5. Interesting premise so far. I think the story needs to pick it up a little bit. And hopefully it will do so in here. But it's an intriguing dilemma, I suppose. In here is like a secret organization that Steve Rogers and Bucky are trying to uncover right here, all having to do with like the 5 points of his star and his shield and all this sort of stuff. Cool idea. We'll see where it goes. Then we have Hulk number 9 from Donny Cates. Planet Hulk starts here, new arc. If you've been interested in Hulk and haven't jumped into it yet, probably a good time to jump into it right here with Planet Hulk. We'll see if it continues the same craziness that Donny Cates is used to providing in these runs so far. So we got Hulk number 9. Then there's the number 0 issue of Miracle Man, a character that I know nothing about, a history I know nothing about. I felt like I was going to just kind of grab this one just to get kind of oriented to the character in general. I think this is actually written by a few different folks, a couple different stories, different art styles and whatnot. So we'll see what this is about. Hopefully I can get through this and give you my overall opinion of what Miracle Man is all about in this issue 0, presumably leading up to the new run that's going to be happening very shortly. Speaking of number 1s, we have Spider-Man number 1 from Slott and Bagley. So I don't exactly know, is this going to be a complete reboot? Are they going to stop ASM? I don't know. I think this is going to run in parallel for a little while. Some of these suits and things like that look familiar in here. It looks like all kinds of craziness is breaking loose. A lot of different cameos from different characters that we know in the Spider-Verse. So we'll check this one out. Cool cover though. Yeah, that is pretty awesome. So yeah, Spider-Man number 1 coming out. I think it's going to run in parallel with ASM. But yeah, we'll check it out and see what it's like. And that's actually it for Marvel. We're going to hop over into some DC books. We have the main Batman run, Batman proper with 128. Man, I'm absolutely loving this run so far. Such high energy. It's just completely action-packed. Just an incredible run. So yeah, man, I cannot wait to get into this book and see what's going on. Jorge Armendiz's art, unbelievable. One of the best artists out there for sure. Check this book out. Even if you have some Batman fatigue, read proper, man. It is so good. It is so good. Check that one out. We're going to jump into some Dark Crisis stuff. We have Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, number 5 of 7. So we'll see what Joshua Williamson has in store for us here. I think my main complaint so far is I don't really like the Crisis event that's going on, but I like all the things that are happening because of the Crisis events. I like the problem that our heroes are having. I like the problems our villains are having. And yeah, I just kind of like what's going on right now. I like to see all that chaos. But then when we zoom out to the Crisis event, man, I'm just kind of lost and I really don't care. But we'll see what's going on inside this one. I heard some of the early reviews are pretty good for this particular issue, so I'm looking forward to it. And just when you thought the facsimiles were over, we have Superman right here with this awesome facsimile. It's just really great looking, real thick book. Colors are real nice. Art style is just popping. Absolutely loving it. And the page quality, it feels like newspaper print on the inside too. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty cool little book to pick up and add to the facsimile wall. So I might actually end up doing that. That sounds like a pretty cool idea. Sword of Azrael, number 3 from Dan Waters is out. Pretty interesting run. I liked Dan Waters on his Azrael take with Arkham City. I thought it was pretty interesting. So we're going to continue that into here and see what this solo series is all about. Pretty interesting so far. Number 3 is coming out today. Then we have Poison Ivy, issue number 5 from G. Willow Wilson. Interesting run. Harley's kind of like on her retirement tour right now, going across the country, wiping some people out, making some friends along the way, but she's trying to basically wipe out humanity with this like fungal spore disease that she has right now. And so it's been a pretty interesting run. Art's been killer so far in the series, so we'll see how this one ends up. We're on issue number 5 now. But all right, that's it for the big 2. We're going to hop over into some indie books, starting with Dark Horse. We got a couple Dark Horse books. We have a Comixology original from Scott Snyder called Night of the Ghoul. We'll check this one out. This is a thick boy as well. I did not read this Comixology one. I have Comixology. I read a couple of his things because he put out a lot of stuff on that app. But this is one I haven't read yet, so it'll be interesting to see what's going on. Of course, it's Scott Snyder, so we should probably understand the flavor we're going to get. The art looks pretty minimal, but it looks like it's a pretty decent like horror thing. Looks like there's lots of dialogue and things like that in here, so we're going to check it out, see if it's worthy of the season. We got a couple books like Creepshow and that R.L. Stine book a couple weeks ago, and they were great. I wish they would have come out a little bit closer to Halloween, but we're going to start seeing a whole lot more of those books, and I am all about that. Then we got Patton Oswalt's Minor Threats, issue number 2. Issue 1 was pretty fun. I kind of got bored like halfway through it, but then the story really picked up and grabbed my attention again. And by the end of it, I was like, okay, I'm pretty interested to see where the story goes. It's a pretty cool premise. It took a little weird way of getting there, but yeah, it had me interested at least. So we're going to see what's going on in here. Cool art style. Looks like there's a lot of action in here. Can't wait to see what's going on in issue number 2. Let me know if you're reading Minor Threats and what you thought about issue number 1. And then we have my favorite and most anticipated book of the week, which was Junkyard Joe, issue number 1 from Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. This was a great run with Geiger that came out last year. What a great run that was. It would have made my top 10 for sure. I don't know if it quite made my top 5, but that was a great run. Character from there. This is going to be like an origin story, I suppose, through this. And we're going to get more and more of this Geiger-verse eventually with all these different characters, and I'm all about it. I cannot wait for it. It was really a good read. So if you see this one, it's probably going to be a sure win. Go ahead and pick it up. But that's what I got this week. I cannot wait to read these books. I'll let you know what I thought about them coming up on Saturday during Nick at Night. But until then, go down below in the comments and let me know what books you picked up and what your most anticipated books of the week are. And as always, happy new comic book day. Like, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification to be alerted of future videos. We'll see you all in the comments.